In the beginning there was perfection, a world with no pain or fear, where love was simple, and at the center of it all, God created Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve lived in a garden where every sunset painted the sky gold, and every tree offered fruit. They walked with God with trust and laughter, surrounded by beauty, knowing only innocence. It was a true paradise that felt eternal. Adam and Eve had everything they needed. There was only one rule that was given by God: not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, not because God wanted control, but because love required a choice. Yet in every heart, even in paradise, questions and curiosity can bloom like wildflowers. But rules, as we know in our lives, can feel like locked doors just begging to be opened. Curiosity whispered first. Then came doubt. But why this rule? What would happen if I did? Eve wondered. Eve approached the tree out of curiosity. Then a serpent appeared, whose voice was soft and sounded like wisdom, but carried poison instead. The temptation was overwhelming.
Why would God put the tree here if it would hurt you? Why make such a rule? Is God jealous of how smart you can become?
The words of the serpent were enough to convince Eve to taste of the tree's fruit.
The world didn't shatter, but something shifted inside, a trembling mix of fear and exhilaration. Adam joined her, out of trust and companionship, choosing together what neither could undo. In that moment, innocence dissolved into awareness, bringing the knowledge of good and evil. They saw themselves truly for the first time, vulnerable, exposed. Guilt weighed heavy. Shame was unfamiliar, a cold shadow. When footsteps of God echoed in the garden, Adam and Eve hid out of guilt.
Adam, Eve, where are you? Why are you hiding?
Adam and Eve covered themselves not just from God, but from each other, from the world. The voice that once walked beside them now called out, not in anger, but sorrow.
What is this you have done?
The greatest consequence wasn't pain or exile, it was separation. God still cared, but removed them from the garden for what they did. Paradise was now behind them. But even as they left, they gained something unspoken: the strength to build again, to love through struggle, to hope despite brokenness. From their story, we inherit resilience. We learn that even when we fall, we can rise. God still loves us and gives us choices. The garden may be gone, but the heart remembers. Love can begin again, and hope is never truly lost. We are not defined by the moment we fell, but by the courage to walk forward and create new beginnings again and again.